would be altered dramatically. No
True.
Fourth War. No Battle for Azeroth. No Shadowlands.
I love N'Zoth now. That's my new favorite character. What? You're still working for N'Zoth? What's really happening? So I actually thought this was true. Where N'Zoth actually killed us. Because here's the way I look at this. N'Zoth, that motherfucker's as big as a skybox. He's a fucking skybox. And you're trying to tell me that we killed him? Yeah, right. Huh. Yeah, fucking right, we killed him. I always thought that there could be some kind of weird shit that happened in Shadowlands. Because you remember, like, whenever the Shadowlands began, and everybody in the Shadowlands was so insistent that you were actually dead? What if the player was wrong, and N'Zoth actually killed everybody? I think that would be fucking cool. Let's watch this.
For 1,000 years, bound beneath these waves, I have watched you.
Jesus, oh my god. What an intro. That's
Zovaal
scary.
comes for us, armed with a cosmic understanding far beyond our own, and an army, the dwarves that of the legions. It's no wonder that we've both been defeated in the field of battle and left playing catch-up to his schemes.
Okay.
Or is it any wonder? Because N'Zoth told us this was coming. Il'gynoth told us this was coming. Unat even field-tested our prowess. And with that victory, we became N'Zoth's chosen. Sure, we didn't know about it at the time, and only some of us accepted the gift of N'Zoth. And to be honest with you, if N'Zoth wanted to make a good impression, he should have started a free trial with today's sponsor, squarespace.com/Bellular Gaming. Use code Bellular Gaming to get 10% off your first purchase.
Dude.
The link is down in that description.
Dude, for a second there, I thought it was...
Right? Squarespace.
I thought it was like, if he didn't want to make a bad impression, maybe he shouldn't have drilled a crystal into your forehead. But no, actually, it's a fucking ad.
Are the fastest and easiest way to get a great looking site quickly. And they've got us out of tight spots before. We spun up a simple website to handle hiring new staff working with us now in under an hour. And their award-winning templates, they are simply awesome. They let you hit the ground running, actually looking great, but of course with the room to customize to your desires later. Now your site is what people see of you online. If you want your portfolio to stand out, then yeah, a gorgeous, clean, and content-first site is
you
what
have to use Comic Sans as your text on your website if you want people to know that you're really professional.
Going to need to do that. Now, of course, there is far more.
They
Do you want
know
a
that you
website
mean
for your
business.
Maybe a personal site.
Exactly.
Are you doing e-commerce? They've even actually started a new memberships feature as well if you want to roll your own memberships. Their excellent site builder, easy-to-use tools, and incredible templates are all that you need to get started. So, start your free trial today at squarespace.com/Bellular Gaming using code Bellular Gaming to get 10% off your first purchase. A big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring, and with that said, all eyes will be opened. So join me on a trip through the riddles, one that will reveal all.
Incredible.
N'Zoth fought to protect Azeroth. No, really, he did. A planet consumed is one that he cannot consume. Zovaal's early victory would have ruined everything N'Zoth and his kin worked towards. With the powers of Void, he saw countless possible futures, and in many, it would seem that both us and him lost. He even knew how this whole thing would begin.
How did he know that?
The veil wanes. His crown will open the way.
I always thought it was really cool how Blizzard had these whispers that told the future of what was going to happen in the game. but nobody really knew what it meant, and everybody was always arguing about what it meant. I actually think this is like one of the coolest things for storytelling that they did back in Legion. It was so badass.
N'Zoth spoke those words as we fought Unat, his
That boss
champion,
is badass.
and
I love
also
that boss.
a test meant for us. You see, N'Zoth's knowledge was more vast than we ever imagined. Not only did he
Well, he's
see
really
Zovaal, the jailer, coming, he also knew of Ashara's impending betrayal. That she
How
did
the
want
fuck
to
did he
free
know
him,
that?
yes, but only so she could drive the dormant black blade of the Empire through his skull, claiming his essence, as it did to the entity Xalatath eons ago. While Ashara schemed, N'Zoth listened. During our final showdown,
So he knew what the
revealed
fuck was going to
all.
happen. He knew all about that tricky bitch.
My betrayal and yours.
God damn.
We have a bargain then. I will bring both fleets crashing to the ocean floor, and your champion will deliver the dagger to me.
And in turn,
Wait, is this a cinematic in game? Dude, I never saw this before. It's during the N'Zoth fight? Dude, I have a thing that skips all the cinematics. I didn't even see this before.
you will have the key required to free the old god from his bonds.
Oh my god.
And leave him vulnerable.
You wound me, War Chief. After all, I am as dedicated to my master as you are to your subjects.
Indeed. Just to be certain that once you have what you need, you dispose of your guests. Let none of the heroes escape.
Jesus.
I admire your ruthlessness, Windrunner. It seems our interests are aligned.
Is this
At
the lesbian
present.
sex scene coming up?
At present.
Oh.
Treacherous Banshee.
mind.
Do you think I am blind to the darkness you seek to unleash?
Yes, N'Zoth
So she knew.
Sylvanas' true master, just as he knew
Damn.
of Ashara's duplicity. In fact,
How
N'Zoth
the fuck she
discovered
know
all
that?
of this before the battle for Azeroth even started.
Okay. Okay. This went all the way back to Legion?
Illyria Windrunner knows how to fight back against the void that she embraced.
Yeah.
Under Locust Walker's tutelage, she learned how to harness its power, but also how to fight its corruption and maintain her sanity. Yet even with
I
that
always thought that part of the story was dumb. Maybe I'm an asshole for that. I always thought it was. I thought it was dumb. Like, how the fuck she's gonna be part of the void? Like, what do you mean? It didn't make any sense to me. Like, I get other people, they like it. Yeah, it is what it is. But like, to me, I couldn't get into it.
training, the mere sight of Sylvanas sent her corrupting whispers into overdrive.
Yeah.
This is what they said. She seeks the death of all things, all possibilities. End her threat. Murder her. Save yourself and murder. Save the world and murder her. That is what it said. The Void,
Wow.
Azeroth's savior. Of course, Void cannot consume Azeroth if death beats it to the punch.
So we're just
So
they're
imagine a diff-
fighting over who gets to fuck us in the ass. That's basically what it comes down to. And they're at war with each other because each one of them wants to do it.
Different timeline.
That makes sense.
One where Illyria
Sure.
strikes out with all of the Void's might, where Sylvanas is slain, where Zovaal loses his ally on Azeroth.
Yeah.
History would be altered dramatically. No
True.
Fourth War. No battle for Azeroth. No Shadowlands.
I love N'Zoth now. That's my new favorite character. What? Oh man. That's my boy. I don't know if we want to go kill him tomorrow. Yeah.
Time is
Sounds
N'Zoth's
good to
greatest
me.
ally, and this would have bought him all of the time that he needed.
Yeah.
But none of that ended up happening, did it? Sylvanas did indeed play her part in Zoval's plan, and that forced N'Zoth to react. Now aware of Ashara's betrayal and Sylvanas' true ambitions and master, N'Zoth acted, sending forth Unat, our test. For if we could defeat Unat, then, N'Zoth reckoned, we could also defeat Ashara.
We had to wait for the patch,
she freed
but yeah.
him, but weaken her so much that she could not actually carry out her own plan. Of course, we all know how that worked.
So his plan was to have us beat the shit out of her, and then he could just take over no matter what. Dude, this part was so fucking badass, man. Dude, this cinematic was so good. Like, the fucking eye just opens up in the bottom of the fucking, like, endless abyss. And I really feel like they should have done so much more with N'Zoth. Because, like, this is an unleashed old god. Like, you never even dealt with anything like this before. It was just... It was so badass. Like, they should have had giant tentacles in Stormwind, just fucking killing people. It's just been everywhere, man. I don't know why that didn't happen. I was pissed. Just grabs that bitch. This was so badass, man. So good.
Victory. The free N'Zoth used us,
Yeah.
used Sylvanas, and used Ashara. And then his final prize lay before him, Azeroth. Yet N'Zoth knew he was no
Dude, Fox,
Yogg-Saron.
thanks for
He was the
5
weakest
subs,
of the old
appreciate it.
gods. He was the one who had to rely on his wits to get by.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
succeed.
this is another thing that always annoyed me. It's like, how do you really think, like, N'Zoth is like this fucking primal evil? Like, N'Zoth is like... It's like Ashara and Sylvanas are like ants next to N'Zoth. He's like a fucking billion years old. He's as old as the planet. He has, like, omniscient fucking foresight. And somehow they think they're gonna trick this thing? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Give me a fucking break.
And Azeroth would be his. Fail, and death
Stupid.
would claim her. And we would play a key role.
I hope
See,
they do
N'Zoth
this.
warned us. We are mere mortals, with but a
True.
fragment of his cosmic knowledge.
Yeah.
That is why he said this.
6 seats at the high table. 6 mouths
That's a mouse.
hunger. 1 will consume
Yeah, this is referring to the cosmology chart.
While we battled Unat, N'Zoth warned
I remember
us.
this.
6
Yep.
seats at the high
There it
table.
is.
Light, void, death, life,
Yep.
order, chaos. Each hungers. We know, of course, that each force acts as it does in its natural way, without morality. Titans impose order, so if their idea of order suits you, then great, they'll be your allies.
Sounds good.
If not, well, I imagine most who disagreed with them have been ordered out of history.
Fuck 'em.
Light. We see it as good, yet Yrel waged a holy war of aggression in the Light's name. And the Scarlets,
We've had that
for a
happen
long
before.
time, wielded the Light to commit atrocities.
Yeah, there is
The one that will consume us, in this
There is
context,
that thing.
is of course death. We know that Zoval wishes to consume Azeroth, and we know that if he does, he will remake creation. And of course, N'Zoth knew this too.
He grows hungrier, bolder. Alas, your eyes are closed.
By this stage, our eyes were closed.
Yeah, this
We
isn't
didn't
BFA.
fully understand the
Nobody
Drost
knew
and where
what the
they
fuck
came
was
from.
happening.
We didn't really know what Sylvanas was doing. We didn't know.
I do think it was kind of impressive with Shadowlands that I didn't really ever expect that to happen. Like I never expected that to, like, whenever she broke the crown in half, that actually was a surprise to me. I never thought that was gonna happen. That was cool. I like that. I like whenever there's like a, like, I think one thing's gonna happen, then something else happens instead. Yeah, it's a plot twist in a way.
Know who her true master was. We were in the dark, yet he was not. N'Zoth warned us that the veil wanes, that the Lich King's crown would open the way. The Void Whispers, they even told Ogmot, a mere cultist, that Sylvanas would lead her people to their doom, and that the crows would grow fat off their flesh. So yes, N'Zoth, death does indeed grow more hungry.
That was the BFA
Turn to the next page of Ogmot's journal, and he references both an old Il'gynoth whisper and the Frozen Throne itself. And Ogmot writes,
Frozen Throne?
Bound by that throne, no, free. Ogmot's journal and the Three Sisters comic are both things that took place before Battle for Azeroth, before N'Zoth woke up, as we saw with the Xal'atath questline. It is clear that Void is worried about death, and by the time we fought Unat, N'Zoth cut through the riddles and even offered us power.
Corruption? But we're not talking about corruption, are we?
From what is to come.
The fuck?
Armed with the champions of Azeroth, N'Zoth would claim his prize, and together we would defeat death and invite the Void Lords into reality, securing dominance for that cosmic force. But that did not happen. Our eyes were closed to the darkness ahead of us in the form of death, and also we knew that N'Zoth was ultimately a tremendous evil who did not wish us well.
Yeah.
And by the time we
accurate.
fought him directly, he just flat out told us that our minds are closed, that he knows more than us, and that he has the path to power. And most notably, this.
Okay.
Only I can save
What the fuck?
this world. Yield and serve.
Actually, that was a little bit scary.
Yes, only he can save the world. And yes, save the world. That is what the Void whispered to Illyria a year previous.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
what then
Okay.
of the future? Well, for that, listen to this.
When the arrow finds its mark, the last fetter will fall away.
This was whenever Sylvanas was fighting Bolvar.
I believe this line is key, and in fact references a major narrative event that is going to happen very soon.
I thought I already did.
You see, a fetter is a restraint, right? A chain connected to a manacle that is often placed around the ankle. We are currently awaiting patch 9.1, Chains of Domination. The jailer, of course, spent aeons figuring out how to weaponize the chains that bound him, and we see the likes of Sylvanas wield that power.
Right.
In patch 9.1, his chains pull Korthia from the in-between. Yet he is still in his chains. He is not free. He cannot leave the maw. Yet. For when the arrow finds its mark, the last fetter will fall away. Zovaal will finally have his freedom. But ultimately, will we be succeeding where N'Zoth failed? Or is it the case that N'Zoth's plan did not fail, that it is still going on?
How the fuck?
What if
I
N'Zoth
thought
plans to
N'Zoth
be
is
defeated?
dead.
What if right now we are effectively active agents of N'Zoth's plan?
That would be cool.
You might think that's absurd.
That would be cool.
I would say it's not. We still bear the gift of N'Zoth, because canonically, we received it after passing N'Zoth's test, defeating Unat. It has not featured in the...
Wait, I thought it got removed. Like, cause didn't you do the quest where like the brother Billy or whatever the fuck his name is removed the gift of N'Zoth? I thought it did. Yeah, I thought for sure they got rid of it. You didn't have to? I kept mine. It was an optional quest. Yeah, but like usually in the optional quests, like the canon of the story is that the player goes and does the good thing. I guess the only exception there is the Well, it was like maybe like Kel'Thuzad's phylactery. Like yeah, I guess the player did the wrong thing there. As far as main quests on optionals, yeah, there's that too.
Narrative.
It's hard for me to know.
So we still bear his gift. And he's also
I have
not
the
dead.
toy.
Not really. Assuming
the
we
toy.
did defeat him, as was shown in the cinematic, well, Blizzard have already teased us, asking, where does an old god go when it dies? And referencing how
To the
demons
moon.
go to the twisting nether. So, the essence of N'Zoth and his compatriots is
I
absolutely...
also want to say that Blizzard said before, what is dead may never die, as an answer to what happens whenever old gods die. So, I don't really think... I think whenever Blizzard said, where does an old god go whenever it dies, what they were really doing was asking the legitimate question, like, hey, do you guys have any ideas what we should do with the old god thing? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, we could put him, like, another world, or, like, we could have him, like, just stay alive somehow. Like, we don't really know. So if you want to just kind of give up some ideas, we'll give you this cryptic Game of Thrones quote and, you know, just kind of run with it. Okay, guys? That's about it.
still out there. So what if N'Zoth, then, planned to be defeated? I mean, we marched right into Ny'alotha.
True.
We tore through his minions with ease,
We
and
did.
we defeated him.
I did.
Like the fall of Mordor, Ny'alotha crumbled.
Exactly like the
Magni
fall of
gave
Mordor.
us our 75 gold, and with that, the war was won.
Wow.
Good to be true, wasn't it? It was a bit easy. It didn't feel
It
like
sure
much
was.
of a climax, a conclusion.
Bellular, listen, man. I know we're trying to cope with the fact that BFA ended and it was kind of shitty. But man, are we going too far now? Maybe the ending was just dog shit, you know? Is this copium? Like maybe the ending was just dog shit. I don't know. In my opinion, like as I said, Blizzard has not had the balls to do anything crazy since like Cataclysm. They haven't had the balls to just fucking kill all the players in the game. Or just do something nuts. Like that's what they need to do. I'm gonna be honest. Like the game is stale. Like it's fucking stale. Like we have to have some sort of crazy bullshit happen that just completely flips the board over. You still have classic WoW. I don't want to hear any more of this nostalgia bullshit, whatever. You still have classic WoW. You can go back and play that. Like flip the fucking board over, do something completely different, completely crazy, and completely new. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, burning the world tree? Yeah, burning the world tree was a good one. I like that. That was good. Destroying Lordaeron was horse shit. They shouldn't have done. That was bullshit. The Alliance should have gotten Lordaeron back, and the Horde should have burnt down the tree. Like, because, like, really, the Alliance took 2 L's there. Not only did we not capture the city, but we also had the other tree get burned down. It was such bullshit, man. Such complete fucking bullshit. I'm still pissed off about that. Like, I really thought, whenever I saw the cinematic of us fighting in Lordaeron, I was like, we're getting it back. This is it. It's that we're retaking the Holy Land. That didn't fucking happen at all. I was pissed.
There could be a few reasons here, at least for his plan.
Yeah.
Where is the Black Blade of the Empire?
I don't know.
You can't answer that question.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I can't either. Nobody can. In Tides of Vengeance, N'Zoth let Xal'atath go, but he kept the blade that housed her. Later, Rathian did this.
This is where he stabbed him. This is a good cinematic. This is badass. This is really cool.
Pay attention. Pay close attention. Rathian was blasted back, as if some incredible transfer of power took place. Yet look at his hands. Where is the dagger? Go through the rest of the story. Where is the dagger?
I thought it blew up.
You see, it is heavily implied that
what is it like they just blew up the dagger as like a bomb? Because that's what I thought. I thought they just blew that shit up. Maybe not.
Xal'atath
Yeah, I thought it was implied.
was essentially an old god who long, long ago in the days of the Black Empire,
What the
whose
fuck?
essence was trapped within the Black Blade, likely as punishment. And that means that the Black Blade of the Empire can contain the essence of an old god. And I have a feeling that means that N'Zoth essentially used the Black Blade of the Empire like a phylactery. I mean, note that he specifically kept it. I assume he was waiting to be stabbed with it, so that he could do this, but only after he dealt with Ashara and set everything up. And of course, took his shot at manifesting his reality by using the Forge of Origination. And I would say, note how N'Zoth barely says anything to us during his fight, and how the least powerful, yet...
See, I thought this was just Blizzard not having dialogue. Like, I really think, like, most of the time, this stuff is like, yeah, Blizzard just, you know, it just didn't have dialogue for it, and so, wasn't anything too crazy. I don't know, man.
Smartest of all old gods seemingly hinged his entire plan on a fight. You see, Steve Denuser told us that old gods have plans within plans, that they wait for one door to close so that another may be opened.
Okay.
And that to believe there can only be one single outcome would be to ignore all N'Zoth tried to teach us.
Before the last shadow falls, the Father of Sleep shall savor his feast.
Il'gynoth said that just before we defeated N'Zoth. Remember, Void sees all possible realities, yet he still said that.
Yeah, guys, it's all it's all part of his master plan. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit skeptical about this. I'll be real. I'm a little bit skeptical. I'll be back. Did you wash your hands? No.
If N'Zoth is the Father of Sleep, and he is tucked away, nice and cozy, within the Black Blade, then he very well may savor his feast. All because we, the bearers of his gift, went to the Shadowlands.
All right, thank you
bearing
for
his
5
gift,
subs. Appreciate it.
as he clearly predicted we would, because of course he knew that the veil would shatter, that the helm would open the way. We went there, and we did the dirty work for him.
Do you ever wonder if the devs watch these fucking story prediction videos, and they watch a video and they think to themselves, man, this is better than what we came up with. You want to just do this instead? Yeah, this sounds cool. Yeah, like, I mean, honestly, I wonder if that's ever happened in the game.
We really did. All these Void Whispers
Yeah.
telling us that death is a big problem. You know, trying to co-opt Illyria's mind so that she would deal with Sylvanas. Because if Illyria did deal with Sylvanas, well, the battle for Azeroth wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
The
Illyria fucked
blood
us.
that was spilled, the souls that were released, would not have went to the Maw. It would have been very different. We just went in there. We're now doing N'Zoth's stuff for him. That's essentially what's going on here. Plans within plans. So there's really not much else to say here.
Dude.
Other than, yeah, N'Zoth's plan is still in play, and we are principal agents.
There's no way. Like, yeah, there's no way. I can see why people wanted me to watch this video. It's like, oh no, there's more. Oh shit. Okay. There's more to this? The fuck? What the fuck, dude? Oh, is this? Oh, it's the sword. Or the dagger, I mean. Setting up Void Lord's expansion? Something like that, yeah. So... That's a really...
So there you go. Old Nigel.
That was cool. That was cool.
He's probably all cozy in the Black Blade. We're going to deal with death for him, and once we do that, perhaps the Void will strike back again. But perhaps it'll be more than that. Because...
Like, didn't anybody ever think about the dagger, though, afterwards? Like, oh, what about this magical weapon that we used to kill the old god, one of the primal evils of the world? Where is that? I don't know. You want to get lunch? It gives a fuck, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, how do you forget about something like that? It's like the Tidestone and BFA. Like, I hate it whenever stories do that, man. Where, like, there's some fucking obvious stupid thing that the player does or, like, the characters do. It's like horror stories have this, and there's always that really, really, really fucking dumb guy or like the dumb girl. And they're like, oh, well, we can't go down into the basement because that's where the demons are. And then the girl's like, oh, I remember I left my shoes in the basement. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go down there. And she goes into the basement and lets the fucking demon out. It's like, it makes me so mad because these people are just walking plot devices. They have no character personality. They have no traits because they're just gonna die immediately. Like, all this person exists to do is move the plot forward in an irrational way that a normal character would not do. It just drives me crazy. I feel like it's kind of the same thing if we actually just forgot about the dagger. Like, I assumed that it blew up. Like, you used it, the explosion blew up the dagger. I don't know.
You know that old gods, just like how a demon goes to the twisting nether. Where does an old god go? Goes somewhere, right? Blizz have teased us that.
Mm-hmm.
Yogg-Saron was a little bit active. The Legion, pre sort of quest line. Cthulhu, he's still knocking about in essence form. So I'm thinking, if we're playing into N'Zoth's plan right now as we speak, and all of his mates are just floating around in essence form, and N'Zoth is just sitting in his phylactery waiting to make his next move, I don't know. So thank you for watching, and of course be sure to check out Squarespace in that link down below.
Didn't people think about the dagger? Bruh, nobody apparently looted the shards of Frostmourne at the Frozen Throne. No, man, that's not even what it was. Because after we destroyed Frostmourne, Bolvar was the Lich King. Tyrion wasn't thinking about that shit. He was like, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, because he thought Bolvar would just clean it up or throw it away or something like that. Because, he knew Bolvar. Like, that would have made sense. It makes 1,000 times more sense than just, like, forgetting about the dagger if it didn't get blown up. Do you think that thought about a small dagger and fighting an old god? Well, yeah, because you need, I guess Frostmourne's a big deal, but you didn't have a guy there that, like, you'd expect to be, like, the new, it just doesn't make it, it's not the same thing. It's not. Like, Bolvar was supposed to take over. Frostmourne is a Lich King thing, so Frostmourne would be his problem. Bolvar's sword now? Where's Khadgar? I don't know. I think Blizzard just thought players were tired of him, so they got rid of Khadgar for a while. That's what I'm assuming it was. I'll read a few of the comments for this. I'm kind of interested to see what people say. Kind of surprised you didn't mention the void tendrils on Anduin at the end of the book, Rising Shadow. It fits with your video. Anduin was probably the poison pill sent by N'Zoth as a surprise for the jailer. Man, that's so fucking... Like, that's crazy, dude. If they actually thought all this up, there's no way, man. There's no way they thought all this up. And if they did, I'd be fucking impressed. I really would be. That is really, really good if they came up with this whole fucking thing. Anduin's supposed to have Shadow? I guess so. Where's the Black Wind of the Empire? Nobody knows. Am I priest backpack? Oh, wait. Oh, the comment in my chat was just taken from a YouTube comment. God damn it, guys. God damn it. Don't do this. Don't give me hope. Isn't Muzawa considered the father of sleep? In the Il'gynoth line, the boy king serves at the master's table is much easier to be applicable at the current situation and Anduin than previous scenarios. Yeah, I do think like the cryptic messages do really make the story way more interesting. It was probably one of like Blizzard's best ideas in Legion was to add things like this into the game. I think they're really fucking cool, and especially for like how long form they are in terms of playing out. I'm a firm believer that N'Zoth made us to think that we defeated him. I am too, because I think it's fucking ridiculous that we could have killed an old god. Like, it's fucking ridiculous that it even could have been close. Like, this dude just, like, deleted Ashara in a second. He deleted that bitch in a second. We did 2 times already? No. Like, Cthulhu, listen. Y'all don't understand. We did not beat Cthulhu. We, like, popped a pimple on Cthulhu. That's what we did, and that was a raid. Yogg-Saron is the size of all of Northrend. I'm not even kidding. Like, Yogg-Saron is the size of all of Northrend. And we're supposed to, like, and we beat this little fucking thing, and we beat it? No, yeah, right, dude. Yeah, fucking right, dude.